what that little girl is saying on her sign. Well, I think all of the international volleyball community will be watching and cheering for one of these two sides, whoever it is, wherever you're watching. I hope you are ready to go. It's going to be a good one. Two of the best teams in the world going head to head. And the whistle is blown. It is Eczacibasi on the left, taking on Novara on the right in this semifinal of the Champions League 2023. And the first shots are fired. Ball doesn't fall yet, though, over the net. Another chance for Eczacibasi. Through the pipe, and eventually they find a way to put it down. A few different opportunities there for both sides. Eventually, and Baladin coming in. There's the tip, first of all, from Boskovic, which potentially might have been down, or there was some questions, I think. But Baladin coming firing in to the right side. Point on the board, Eczacibasi. Follow it up with a big stop block from, well, none other than Laura Herman of Belgium. Couple that with Boskovic on her right side. There is not much Kenya Karsasis could have done to get through that block. 2-0 for the team in orange. This time it's a ball behind cross court. Doug, great chance for the Turkish side. Novara with a great defense, though. Here comes Ebrar Karakurt. She's looking for a touch. She's not giving it, though. Well, she'll know this team better than anyone on her court. And she did play many, many seasons in Turkey herself. I like that trust immediately between coach and player, Coach Lavarini. There will be a system in place for this challenge system to make sure the players give him the correct information. If they're sure there's a touch or the ball was in, that's the moment to ask the coach for it. And there you can see exactly what Karakurt was asking for. A clear touch. She made clear communication with her coach. He was able to call it within time. Boom, point goes to the right side. That's how a challenge is executed perfectly. Well, Eczacibasi, well, they've got this weapon on their side. That's somebody you will get used to hearing the name of here tonight. Boskovic with a really quick whip of an arm there, barely even an approach. You saw her just kind of waiting there in the wings. Novara through the middle. Yes, Kirikella. She is always ready to deliver. One of the taller players out there. She's 1.96 meters, I believe, or 95. But she goes so fast, and she's early, and she basically just grabs that ball right out of the setter's hands. So tough to defend. I can tell you firsthand. Oh, Heyman. Sends that right back the way of Novara. That's what will tell you that basically height's not everything when it comes to being a middle blocker. Only 188 is Laura Herman. But she uses her speed. Here come Novara. 3-4. Karsasis falls a little off the net, but still easily handled on the outside. And these outlet hitters for Eczacibasi, well, this is what you want in your team. Players that can get that ball fast, they can get it high, can get that width. Pretty much anywhere the setter's able to put it, and the Baladin can deliver. Oh, great serve. Ball's coming as a free ball. Should be a perfect opportunity for the Turkish side. Oh, the one-handed set. Come on. Maja Ognjenovic. So it's a little tight here. Watch as she has to go one-handed, pushes it back. No way the blockers had any chance to get to that. The speed, the height, and Sinead Jackie Sal delivers. The hang and tip from Bozzetti. Doesn't go down, but that one does. Again, Baladin. The release on the outside. Blockers doing their very best. And she goes up against Kirikella, who's normally so strong on that inside arm. Great serve again for Eczacibasi, but the heat's coming back. Don't count out Novara, especially once Karakurt gets firing. Great work from Battistoni to keep the blockers with her, open up that pipeline for Karakurt. Comes Bozzetti, or Boskovic, excuse me. Great response by Novara. The first dig puts them in a position to run an offensive play. There it is, right up in the middle from Karakurt. Bozzetti stepping in. 3 blockers are up there. Karsas is finding the ever so slight channel between the hands. And that'll do nicely. 5-7. Chance again for Eczacibasi. Blocked, slowed down. There's the tip. Great read from Karakurt. Bozzetti into a big block. Sinead Jakisal, formerly of Megabox Valafolia, making a huge difference here at the net. Read that really, really well. You saw her pointing before she even knew where the ball was going. She had a feeling, following her blocking instincts, gets her feet there, and then follows strong with her arms. Just out from Baladin, letting Novara creep back into this. Up the serve, Ilaria Battistoni, the 26-year-old setter from Italy. The responses continue from Eczacibasi. Simple serve down the line to Voronkova, and she's going hammering in cross. The 27-year-old Russian has only ever played in Russia before this season. Nine, 6. Karakurt, she's dug. Oh, good step in there for the set. Not good enough, though. I'm not sure what the miscommunication there was. And Baladin stepping in to take the set out of Maja Ognjenovic, but potentially there was enough time for Ognjenovic to get there. Well, 7-9 now for Novara. Tip from Herman. Here comes Karakurt. Clever move off the hand. So she's one of the younger players out there. What I love about her, she's growing into her game. She used to just be someone that would go up and swing at every single ball. This time she grabs it, pushes it off the outside hand. That's something she's added to her toolkit in recent years. Well, just when you thought Eczacibasi had it all going their way, a monster block. That ball landing a little tight for Herman, and the blockers, Danesi all over that, not letting that go anywhere. Together with Karsas. Better choice, but the ball's coming back, and this time finds the floor deep in the middle of the court. And for the first time, Novara find themselves in the lead. Great teamwork there by the players in blue. Oh, tough serve. Opportunity for Novara. And it's done. Well-placed serve gets Eczacibasi in a lot of trouble. Relatively soft ball comes back over, and then Danesi cranks one down the middle. That perfect placement. First that dig there by Fersino, putting it up on a platter for her setter. Another tough serve. But Eczacibasi get themselves out of a string of points there. Great serve, another one, putting them on the back foot. But Voronkova finds herself some court. 10-11. Great ball in. Karsasa, she's dug. Chance again. This time it's Karakurt. Did she clip the line? No, she did not. So the point stays with Eczacibasi. I like that idea, though. You can see what she's trying to do to get past the blockers, rolling on the side of the ball, putting that spin on it. But it just got a little bit away from her. High ball outside, down the line. That's dug. Comes Voronkova. She goes line as well. Setters out. Chance for Karakurt off the hands, and another clever swing from the youngster. The 23-year-old opposite hammering into Heman. Beating the team on the other side with a bit of speed and power at the same time. Strong serve down the line. Chance outside. What an angle. Boskovic will not be denied. Haven't seen a lot of her yet so far this set. Look at that cut inside the blocker's arm somehow. As a lefty, kind of goes around the ball on the outside and slices it. Nice ball up. Again comes Karakurt. She's dug. Boskovic from the front court. Off the net. Most people would have just sent a free ball, but not Boskovic. No, sir. She has no fear. Look at this ball again. So it comes off the block, or off the defense, from all the way behind and outside the court. Bam, she goes firing through. That is aggression if I've ever seen it. Karsasa, soft block. Karsasa, the 37-year-old outside hitter from Cuba. She also played in Valafolia last season. Taking a step up here to be with Novara. Great ball in. Outside, off the hands. There we go again. Once Eczacibasi get in system, and this could be said for really any high-level team, once they get that first ball in place into where the setter wants it, she can run a really difficult offense. And you could see the example right there. Kirikella had too many things to take care of. She couldn't close to that outside block. All right, the youngster, 21-year-old Ebrar Karakurt of Turkey, in for the serve. Well, it pays off. Serving sub, strong serve, puts Novara in a difficult position. Trying to get Kirikella running, goes directly into the hands of Baladin. Great block for Eczacibasi. They now have a 2-point lead again. Tough serve on Bozzetti. Karakurt with a tip. Oh, nicely done. Very nicely done. The Black Wolf comes creeping in. So she is not somebody who you think of with all of these tricky, sneaky shots. She's someone you think of power and speed and aggression and height, but she has really found a way to just score the ball every time she gets an opportunity. Now Baladin, on the other hand, she's someone who's really tricky with her shot. She can do speed and power. She loves a fastball to the outside. You can see she's coming in basically at the speed, almost at the tempo of a quick or a middle. And she's beat the block, and then all she has to do is push throw that into the middle of the court, and there's nobody there. Well, a lot of pressure on Eczacibasi and Moscovic's aces as the best server in the Club World Champs in 2023. Not on that occasion. Chance for her to swing, though, into block and out. Somehow finds a way to use the blockers, even a well-formed block. And have a look again at this. Danesi is there, closes, but she does a good job of getting that outside wrist, basically, of Bozzetti. So there's no way that she can control that ball because it just hits off of her, the side of her wrist, basically. Bozzetti with the response. She's asking for the touch, but I think that might have been in the back of the court as well. Bozzetti's definitely one of those players that can do a lot of sneaky things with her shots. You'll see her work off of hands, go high tips, rolls. On this occasion, just looking for that tiny touch off the top of the block. Great serve. Again, Eczacibasi finding themselves out of system and out of luck. Novara tying it up. The pressure from the service line continues, and that might be one of Coach Lavarini's tactics, is to really fire from the end line, not let Eczacibasi off the hook in any way. Do not make it easy for them. That's what Lavarini's asking, and that's what Novara are delivering. Tough serve on Baladin. Pipe coming from Boskovic against a three-person block. One slight point advantage, and again, a point advantage now disappeared back to Eczacibasi, but still a tough serve, and Lavarini's not going to be too upset about that. You'd much rather see that ball go out of bounds than into the net. There's pressure on the receivers. That's all that the coach can ask. Salia Sain in for the serve for Sine Jakisal. The 24-year-old Turkish outside hitter. She's been with Eczacibasi since 2019. Tough serve on Karsasas. And then they're forcing the error. So point goes to Eczacibasi. Karakurt asking for another challenge. It's later in the stage. This is only the second challenge we've seen out of Novara. That first one, if you remember, was Karakurt asking for the block touch. She was adamant. Lavarini believed her, and they got it. Now this time, equally certain, Karakurt sounded. The question is, will the review prove her right? Or will Eczacibasi keep the point? We will get a chance to see it. But first, players can have a chat with their coaches, reminding them that what's going on in these kind of timeouts is just kind of reminding each other of things that you've talked about in the scouting sessions before the match even started. Hey, we're going to take line on this player. Remember what's open in that position. Here's who your serving target is. When a certain player is up at the net, she's your priority. All these things, they're just reminding each other of the things that they've already studied for days and days beforehand. So they're not trying to reinvent the wheel here in these timeouts. It's all just about having a chat and talking about what you already know. Meanwhile, ball in and out. That ball is out, but oh, ever so slight. So Novara incorrect in their challenge. That's one challenge lost. 18-18. Oh, an ace serve to follow it up. This could be, well, this string of 2 points in a row could be crucial for Eczacibasi. A huge ace. Have a look at it dropping between the two players. That is exactly where you want to serve a ball. If you're targeting the outside hitter, make the libero move. Timeout called.
Allora adesso siamo in fase 1, c'è l'alzatore davanti, possiamo usarlo in ogni caso. Occhio però perché stanno seguendo molto le più 4, perciò in generale, soprattutto quando c'è il muro alto qua, le spostate avanti più aperture.
Some little bits of tactic given away there from Lavarini. When there's a smaller blocker up at the net, in this case must be that the setter is up, that's someone you want to target and use on the outside. So if the setter, Dynavit, is front row, she is a target in the block. There's a big blocker in the middle, so more likely to see the setter opening to the outsides and setting higher balls rather than using that middle zone. One point back on the side of Novara. We are in Novara's home gym, as you can hear from the Italian on the microphone. Ooh, just long, no touch called. Boskovic still yet to find her full rhythm in this match. Well, I think I just saw Karakurt ask Dynavit, did you touch it? She said nope. So there is a challenge, but even Boskovic herself does not look completely convinced. This could be crucial. We're back to tied game. No touch, not even close. So, a missed opportunity for Eczacibasi to have Novara on the back foot, and instead, the game will stay tied. The gym does not know yet. Now they do, as it erupts in cheer for the home team. All the Italians in the stadium have in front of them many of their national team players. In Danesi, Kirikala, various others on the court. Karakurt with a tip. That land, nicely done. Point goes to the team in blue. A great pickup. Timeout is Eczacibasi.
Block defense is very good, but side out. When we have good pass and we are having good, when you have the ball attack, go aggressive, okay? If you are not sure the block is good, then tip the ball to 3. The rest is fine. On third line, we need to respond. Let's go.
Well, you heard Coach Akbash. He's won every league there is to win, basically. Turkish, Polish, Chinese, Romanian. He knows how to put together a winning team, and he's just reminding his players, hey, I want some response out of you from the service lines. Fast, aggressive, put pressure on the other team, because that's what Novara is doing to them. Comes Boskovic into the net. And the home team pick up another point in the right direction. Perfect ball in from Baladin. That ball dying maybe a little bit inside, but Boskovic can usually handle that from anywhere on the court, any height, any width, any speed. Tried to do a bit too much with it that time. She'll go again, off hands. That's much better out of the opposite. And we've got the Serbian setter and the Serbian opposite. Those two know each other so well from national team as well. Dynavit has an Olympic silver medal from 2016, a bronze medal from 2021. Boskovic was the best opposite at the Olympics at 2021. Oh, what a rally. continues, and a free ball for Eczacibasi. And eventually it is put away by the team in orange. You're not going to hear any cheers in the stadium for them. But I'm sure their fans will be cheering worldwide. What a snap by Heyman. Just over the top of the blockers in front of her. And it is now a 3-point race to the finish of this set. Down the line to Karsasas, handles it. She'll go off the hands of the block. Still alive. Chance with no block. Good dig. Here comes Karakurt, and she will not be slowed down. It's almost as if there is no block in front of her, the way that she swung on that ball. Great dig, followed up by a good push out. And how about the facial expressions between the two of them? Karakurt versus Boskovic all day long. It is a battle of the opposites. Well, some big blocks to respond. Herman staying involved and aggressive at the net. Again, shutting down Karsasas in combination with Voronkova. $23 points apiece. Who's going to race to 2? Karakurt. That one's staying in. She'll go again. This time a tip. Clever, but it's red. Oh, what a defensive effort. Let's go, Novara. Boskovic cannot get a break today. First of all, amazing pickup. Boskovic read that so well, but somehow defending with the face is Battistoni. She might need a quick timeout to make sure everything's okay, but I'm sure she's happy to sacrifice herself for that point.
On the transition, they don't have a setter. The ball will be slow left or right side, okay? In this condition, you need to wait for block, okay? Ituma block is not so proper. You try to go block out from both sides, okay? One good pass, let's go.
Well, Novara now have a chance to close out this set. And here is what Coach Akbash was talking about. They don't have a setter on court right now. They have made that substitution, Battistoni out. And there's a player in. Looks like Julia Ituma for the block. So this will be a high. If the ball goes back over to Novara, it's going to be a high ball set. But first, it's an ace. No need to discuss it. No need to worry about your blocking lineup when you've got Karakurt at the line serving like that. What a way to finish. Well, Karakurt has a little bit of a chip on her shoulder against this Turkish squad. She knows that she is one of the few Turkish players to come over to Italy and play outside of her home country. And she wants to bring them home a champion. That's how it was done. 25-23. It looked as if Eczacibasi had that match in the bag. They came out firing in the beginning. They were up something like 5 or 6-3, 7-3. That little bit of an advantage in the beginning, but here's how the stats went. 1 ace apiece. Nevertheless, the first set is in the bag for the home team, Novara. And now the onus is on Eczacibasi to bring themselves back level, because you definitely don't want to be down 2-0 to a team like Novara. Here we go. Set number 2 underway with this semifinal of the Champions League. Novara looking for the first block. Karsasa is pretty sure. It looked like that did fall through her hair, potentially. The question is the hair, well, does that count as a touch? I know it has done in the past. I'm not sure that it does anymore. Great swing. Over and out of bounds. So the point goes back the way of Novara. Now back to that point before about the hair. I have seen before players, I know Lonika Slotjes once had her hair in a braid and it hit her braid on the way through. Next time she put it in a bun. That was then. This is now. Herman getting herself back involved in the offense. Well, at least holding the blockers for Baladin to have that bit of space there, that slice down the middle. Aggressive serve. Can't fault the players for trying to find that end line. That's exactly what the coaches will be wanting from them. Couple of inches in the wrong direction. Karakurt. Oh, again. 2 aces. She had to turn around and make sure she knew which way to cheer. Where's the fan club again? There it is. Oh, what an ace. Perfectly placed with aggression, with spin, and it's dropping right in front of Voronkova. 2 aces now. Goes for another one. Bit of help from the net. Baladin is sent packing. Huge block from Kirikala, and that's what we talked about earlier on in the match. She normally has that inside arm absolutely locked in. You watch it as she goes over the net with that inside, that left arm that's cutting off the angle to the court. Does not let Baladin through. 4-2. Well, it's still a good ace to error ratio for Karakurt. Off the hands. Oh, nicely pushed through. Is waiting, catching Jackie Sal on that inside spot, right between herself and the outside blocker. Oh, what a dig. Chance for Novara. Nope, it's going to be a free ball. Easy pickup for Eczacibasi. And an even faster and easier swing for Boskovic. Now, we mentioned it earlier on. I am going to want to see Boskovic getting fired up. But if you're a fan of Novara or these players on the court in blue, they are not going to let her get into her element. (6-4) Novara still with a 2-point lead. It was Eczacibasi who had that 2-point lead pretty much throughout the set in the first one. Now the pressure from the serve really paying off. Oh, ball still alive. Not for long though. And look at Stefano Lavarini on the left-hand side of your screen. He was adamant that that ball should have been ended. I think it was right there. I think it was that set from Ognjanovic that he just didn't like. Either way. good thing that all the players kept playing because the ref was not ready to blow the whistle anytime soon. 7-4. Big block, huge block through the middle. I thought that serve was a little close to the end line, but nevertheless. Danesi catching that one-on-one. It's 8-4. What a lead for Novara. And a timeout called.
We must be aggressive. At serve line the same. We shouldn't have any fear to serve to carcasses to make mistake or whatever. When we have the set, we go aggressive for attack for sure. Change the paces and much more.
Coach Ferhat Akbaş needing a lot more aggression out of his players. They are being put on the back foot by this service pressure from Novara. They are relentless. He wants to see the same thing out of his players when they step back to the line. They've got their target, Karsasis. But Kirikala targeting Baladin this time. Free ball coming back over. This should be put away. Ooh, bit out of system. Well, the situation not handled perfectly by Novara, but they get a little bit of luck there. A little bit of help from that outswing. Nine, 4. Is that what Eczacibasi needed? A serve into the net could be exactly the moment that you start to see momentum changing. A bit of belief creep back in on the yellow or the orange jersey side. Novara to the outside. Blocked and out. So just like that, they get themselves back in the serving position. And that's kind of the game of volleyball, is not to go on a string of points or not to lose a string of points. So Eczacibasi get themselves the point, and then immediately Bozzetti siding out for her team. So they keep that 5-point lead. Mattistoni. Oh, great dig. Overpassed. Chance on the outside for Voronkova, and she goes past a big block. You can see the aggression start to creep in. Looks like Eczacibasi getting really frustrated with Novara blocking and touching and defending absolutely everything. So Voronkova goes heavy into the cross court. MVP of the Russian League in 2021 she was. Well, it's definitely not too late for Eczacibasi to come back into this set. Still early days. But sooner rather than later. Voronkova again into a big block. But just wide. Karakurt and Danesi perfectly placed. But that last bit of finish there, you watch that inside arm of Karakurt. She's facing out of bounds. So Voronkova can use that. She can go hard and heavy into that hand. And just pure physics, it's going to go out of the court. Nicely done. Good response. Danesi only had 1 point, I believe, in the first set. She's been active in the defense. Another heavy serve, but a good position for Eczacibasi. Tip from Voskovic. Great dig. No, it's out of bounds. And on Novara roll, point for point. They have just turned up another level in this second set. They have not given Eczacibasi a chance to breathe at all. Watch the slide coming. Nope. Cross. Nice set from Bozzetti while she's falling to the ground. That is how it's done. Absolute perfection. She is one of those players with such good ball handling skills. Comes from a family of volleyball players. Let's watch it again. Diving. Make sure she puts it up high and wide and with some pace. That's elite. Change coming for Eczacibasi. Yasmin Kubeli, 24-year-old Turkish middle blocker. Oh, an ace serve. An ace serve just when Eczacibasi do not need it. Danesi off the net and, well, almost targeting the middle blocker who's just come in. And generally, by and large, those ones that touch the net and fall, that belongs to the middle blocker. Come on, 2 aces in a row. Absolutely destroying Eczacibasi from the service line. About time, a timeout's called. 16-7. Danesi, number 11, una certezza. Like a certainty. She's a certainty, I think is what that translates to. And she has been certainly impressive from the end line. 2 aces in a row, going for a third. Not this time, but a great defense. Oh, and the whistle's blown. Kirikala, I think, called into the net. So the question is, was anybody in the net? I think that's what the whistle has been blown. So she's saying, no lo so. I don't know if I was in the net. It's not very convincing. If I'm the coach, I might just let that one pass and keep that challenge in the pocket for later on. Although this is the momentum game that the coaches are playing. So Novara had the momentum, and there you can see she was clearly in the net. Probably best to just pass that one up and move on, but on they go. Novara still with a hefty lead. No need to stress too much just yet. In the mind of Lavarini, he wanted to continue the pressure, didn't want to let Eczacibasi off with a freebie, but they will come hammering back. It's 8-16. Off the hands. Chance behind. Oh, great dig. There's the ball outside. Just tipped, easily read. Dynavit back outside to Baladin. Another net ball called. A couple times in a row now, unforced errors. That great dig. Man, that is such a good up. Well, I'm not sure that she was in the net, but that definitely the ball went out off of her hands. Kabat gotten off the line now. Finally for Novara to get back into their offensive rhythm. Looks like it might be too late for Eczacibasi to get back into this set, but they need to work on their momentum at least. High ball, tight ball, advantage to the blockers, but Baladin doing some magic there. That ball coming so far from out of bounds over her shoulder. See, the blockers are well and truly set up, but clever move from Baladin. She targets Battistoni in the front court, the smaller blocker. Always going to have more luck there. Serve gets Novara off the net. Karsasas still coming, firing through. Well, a few players asking for the touch. The question, or the problem, I should say now, for Novara is they only have one challenge left. If they lose it, it's done. Wasted that challenge earlier on the net touch of Kirikella. Now we're looking for a block touch off of Karsasas' attack. It's an art form in itself as to when to use these challenges. You saw it executed perfectly in that first set, in the first couple of points when Karakurt was certain she had a touch. She went immediately to her coach and said, please challenge for touch. Oh, so no block touch. So there we go. 2 challenges wasted. Novara no longer have a challenge in this set. Could that be a small advantage for Eczacibasi as they continue to put pressure down the stretch? Strong serve on the target. Ball kept alive for Eczacibasi. High ball behind. Boskovic goes for it and she gets it. That's what she is known for, those high release sets, basically out of nowhere. So this ball just on the net, really inside, and still finds a way.
Fai una cosa, fai una roba molto intelligente. Quando abbiamo sta rotazione qua, noi la possiamo giocare durante la partita, ma sta rotazione qua, centrale in battuta, loro che stringono tantissimo, che abbiamo una base, teniamo una base avanti, c'hai la 0, loro sono comunque preoccupati di arrivare bene là e abbiamo tutte quelle uscite che vogliamo. Vai, via!
Well, Lavarini, he has some plans for this rotation. The server, as you can see, is the middle blocker. First of all, you can always target her in the offense. But second of all, maybe keep the blocker tight with you. Bring your setter, bring your middle in close to the setter, and then you can open up wide to the wings. Let's see if they do. Well, a wide swing from Karakurt. Questions are being asked. So Lavarini has no more challenges left. The question that Novara would like, they would like the referee to use their own challenge if they don't know if there was a touch or not at the net. But referee does not have to do that. So Eczacibasi quietly just chipping away at the lead. Another good ball in. Middle stays tight. Opens it up outside, but it's still a good dig. Baladin heavy into the block. That's covered. Ognjenovic behind to Boskovic. The tip throw. Well kept alive. Karsasas gets one down the middle back. It's good work by Novara to keep their heads on in that point. Cannot afford, or at least don't want, to let themselves get pulled into all the emotional drama happening back and forth between the referees and the coaches and the players. Just continue playing their game. 18-13. Oh, that one's deep. Coming back over. Free ball for Novara to Kirikella, who gets one past. She's been quiet in the offense for a little while. But always available, always ready for her setter. She is there, up early, arm is waiting to just whip at it. Gets one down as the two blockers are diving towards to close up the channel. That one meant a lot to her, meant a lot to her team, and they are back on track, it looks like. 19-13. Oh, tough serve again. That one handled nicely, though. Boskovic, high and deep. That's her game. That's her swing. Over the block. Hit that end line, basically. Only one blocker in front of her, and it's just a smaller one at that. Not the kind of player that you want to leave a one-on-one against. Boskovic out for the serving sub. Talia Sain. Off the hands. Recycled. Outside goes Baladin, and she goes heavy into Battistoni. Now, we talked about it earlier, Battistoni being the smaller, targeted player at the net often. Finds herself one-on-one almost. Goes pressing low and tight and aggressive over the net. That's the way to block if you're a smaller player. Don't reach for balls. Don't go high and weak. You want strength in your shoulders. You just want to go straight over the net where you are. Well, we'll have to have another look at that one. Kirikela certain the ball was out. So the referee will have a conversation with the line judge just to make sure the right call is made. That's the correct decision by Oliver Guillet. If you don't know, bring in your backups. Get a chance to have another look at that. Nice, fast, wide swing. Kirikela is on the line, so if it didn't hit her, it had to be out. Now there's a challenge. Oh, that's so close. That is so close. I thought Kirikela's feet were even closer than that to the sideline. Interesting. No conspiracy theories here. That was the ball. Great serve. Oh, great dig as well. Kirikela as a middle blocker, getting involved in the defense. That is playmaking right there. You think you're going to target the middle and get a free point? Not today, says Kirikela. Bam, that's up. Fast to the outside and a combination play. Put it away. Great teamwork. No substitution made. 22-14. Novara continue pressuring on. Oh, there wasn't substitution. Excuse me. Beyza Arici, Turkish middle blocker, in for Sine Jakisal. Tip throw from Baladin. Now, it may not be the flashiest of points, but have a look at how she grabs it in the air. Almost holds it a split second longer than you expect, and then throws it into the block. So she's borderline. She's dancing with the rules there, but it's so tough to block. Good pick up for Eczacibasi. Chance again. Oh, a couple times with the block, but Elif Sahin, the Turkish setter, in. Gets her first dump. She's a little taller at 190. Able to get those sneaky shots at the net. Aggressive serve. Outside, and the block is good. Couple of fresh faces on the side of Eczacibasi, making a difference right now. The middle blocker and the setter together, pressuring over the net, forcing Rossetti to do something else with it. Great response. 17-22. Arsasis still targeted. Oh, great pickup. Perfect pickup. And then a firing comes through. Rossetti into the block, and Eczacibasi have turned up the heat. All starting with this pickup from Akoj. The 31-year-old libero keeps the ball alive. The high set. No chance, and timeout.
Più grosso, quindi sicuramente porta via più spazio. Oh, però adesso state pensando a chiudere il set, voi non dovete pensare a chiudere il set, voi dovete pensare a giocare bene a pallavolo. Vai!
Some simple feedback from Lavarini. I want you swinging high. Do what you've been doing all match long. Choose your shots that are high and deep. Yes, there's a taller setter in play now, and she's going to take up more space. But still, just do what you've been doing. Don't think about closing out the set. Think about playing your best volleyball. That's my best translation for you as well. Hope that's helpful for non-Italian speakers. Big swing from Karakurt. Just doing what Karakurt does. And you kind of think, as she's staring down the players on the other side, those are her teammates with the Turkish national team, so it's nothing but love usually, but she's got to let them know, today we are enemies. Doesn't matter how many medals we have together with the Turkish national team. Overpassed. Oh, good pickup, and it goes over. So the luck is not only on Novara's side. Orankova sneaking one past. That's a good block and a good self-cover, but Novara caught sleeping there as it trickles back over the net. It's not over yet. 19-23. Arici with a tough serve, but an even tougher response from Danesi, one of the best attackers as far as middle blockers go in the game. 26-year-old middle blocker from Italy, played in Monza last year, but she's also been in Conegliano. Best middle of the world champs 2022. It's set point for Novara. Oh, good pickup. It's their opportunity to get it now. Again through Danesi. Does she do it? Not yet. Oh, what a defense. High ball set. Karsasis will find a way. Yes, she will. That is how you play volleyball as a team. Everyone firing, covering each other, and making sure they are playing their best volleyball together. Everyone helping the other to get a better version of the ball. It's a good pickup there by Eczacibasi, trying to keep things alive. But the bump set from Danesi. Karsasis high and deep, just like her coach asked. And the stadium erupts as the home team take the second set, 25-19. But they just eked out the first one, 25-23. And now they have two full sets in the bag, heading into set number 3. There's the stats. Novara with 3 aces, Eczacibasi with none. The attack's the same, the block's just one more. from Novara, and some pretty good reception on both sides, but still lots of volleyball to play. Here we go then. Set number 3. Dynavit with the first serve down the line to Karsasas. That's been the target all match long. She responds like that. Oh, what a shot. Beautifully done. That's exactly what Eczacibasi need more of. So the block was there from Dynavit. They recycled. They go again and cut that really sharp one. That's something Eczacibasi can pick up. More coverage of their hitters. Give themselves chances to attack 1, 2, 3 times in a row, or be a little bit more clever, just like that. Karakurt, I've harped on about it since the very beginning. You've seen her swing aggressive, and that's what the blockers are expecting. But when she switches it up and finds a way, she is really difficult to stop. Roll from Baladin. Karakurt again. This time heavier. Good dig though. Free ball coming. Rossetti all over it. Fast to Kirikella, who slowed down. Well, you kind of had a feeling that ball was going to go to the middle on a perfect pass like that. And that is exactly what Arichi imagined as well. Voronkova, tough serve. Oh, 2 times in a row. 2 stuffs on the same player. This time it was actually Kuvelli who got the block. Only 24 years old, but was the best blocker of the Turkish Cup in 2019. Putting that on display now here against Novara. Karakurt finds a way. She has been so tough to stop. She's making the right decision almost every single time. So she's got 2 blockers up, targeting the inside hand of a player that she'll know well. Turkish middle blocker against her, who's been with Eczacibasi since 2019, is Kuvelli. Tough block. That's coming back. Chance again. Off the hands. Or maybe off the antenna. Ball went out of bounds. Stays with the team in blue. Have another look at that. Yep, Baladin looking for the space between Battistoni and the line. And instead finds the antenna. And it's 3-3. Another tough serve. And the blockers do not relent. Battistoni. I love when a smaller blocker gets those kind of shots. So she's been the target over and over, and Baladin, you can see, just hanging. She's waiting to push off the hands and out of bounds, but Battistoni just low and disciplined and not flailing with her arms, just goes straight over where she is, strong in her shoulders. That's all you can ask from a smaller blocker. Four. Aggressive serve. There's the tip. Again, this time it's picked up though. Responded by Boskovic. Karakurt now from the other side. So she tips from the pipe in the middle. Moves around back to her position. And gets that attack on the right side. That's great communication and great teamwork between herself and her setter. Targeting the middle blocker who's just served. That's 2 errors in a row in the serve from Novara. We didn't see a lot of them. You remember, coming into this set, they only had 4 errors in total in those last 2 sets. Oh, good pickup. Again, Karakurt firing home, and she does it. She has been relentless. The arm on that woman is, well, the bane of his existence. The coach over there, Ferhat Akbaş, asking his players to try and slow her down, but easier said than done. Captain Christina Kirikella. Down the line, but too much line. Novara certain that it's out. We'll have another look at it here. Baladin putting that in. Ooh, tough to see. You can see Baladin there with her hand up though. 7-5, 2-point advantage for Novara. Kirikella, world champs, silver medalist in 2018, bronze in 2022. And Eczacibasi sneak it through. You can hear a bit of screaming now. I think their backs are truly against the walls. They're not finding ways past Novara. And they need to find solutions. And Baladin, 25-year-old Turkish outside hitter. She's played formerly in Galatasaray, Serie A. Never outside of Turkey, though. Good pickup. Double called. A ball handling error. We haven't seen much out of that call so far. Another chance to look at it. There's the pickup. Tony doing her best. She's fallen over a little bit as she tries to set that. So 7-7 now. Baladin. Again on Karsasa. She's been handling her targeting really well though. Moskovic again sent back. Outside to Voronkova. She's dug. Here comes. Was there a touch on the block? No whistles blown. I think the referee has called his own video challenge. Olivier Guillet of France doing the right thing. If you don't know what's happened, rely on the technology. Get the right team, the right point. This is a moment where momentum, neither team has really got that much steam going, but Eczacibasi cannot afford to allow any freebies to Novara. So the challenge, I think, was whether or not that ball went straight in the net. I think it was a Karakurt swing that the block did not touch. So on they play. Eczacibasi will get the point. And Baladin, best server of the Turkish Cup in 2020. Back to the line. Oh! Just looking for the dribbler. Luck is not falling on Eczacibasi's side, that's for sure. Battistoni. One of the super blockers so far for Novara. Oh, great dig. Just wide though. Versino doing her very best to keep that off the floor. The 23-year-old libero. Again, Boskovic hasn't been firing like her usual self. Could this be the change? Good handling by Voronkova. Those kind of balls, you don't often see them mishandled, but a couple of times, if an overpass comes over your way at this high level, you must put it back on the floor on the other side. That's exactly what Eczacibasi have done. They now have a 2-point advantage here in the third. Good, strong serve. That one not handled well, the overpass. Nevertheless, a touch in the net is called. No challenge going to be asked. I think it was Bozzetti there that just took responsibility. Yep, you can see her elbows there. Timeout called.
Dobbiamo avere più pazienza. Dobbiamo avere più pazienza. Piuttosto se arriva una fiammata la terremo mezzo metro da rete. Su queste situazioni qua ci mettiamo composti a fare le robe. Ragazze, avete fatto un lavoro enorme tenendo qualità nel vostro cambio palla, perché muro difesa va bene, muro difesa va benissimo. Andate avanti a cercare i colpi giusti.
Lavarini asking for some patience out of his players. They've done a good job to get themselves here. The block defense is working well, just a little bit more in the transition plays, being a little patient, searching for those high hands, just choosing their shots. Oh, tough serve. Heavy swing, that's Doug. And out of bounds it goes, so a point back on the side for the home team. Some clever moves at the net. Battistoni, only 3 points, but she's been crucial in the defense and also stepping into set every once in a while. Oh, nice cross court, but that's Doug. Karakurt losing her footing. Good stabbing dig there from Battistoni. (12-9). Eczacibasi back to a 3-point lead. And Omjenovic, the 38-year-old Serbian. With an aggressive serve from the end line. Barely any float on it and just dropping at the last minute. Well, Omjenovic has signed to play in Italy next season for Scandici. I'll be looking at those aces. But for now, a big block from Boskovic. Did it land out of bounds? That's the call. Arsasis calling it out off the arm of Boskovic. Stays with Novara. 10 serving 13. Voronkova sends one right back. Voronkova already has a Champions League gold from 2014 and a bronze from 2012 with Dynamo Kazan. She'll be looking for another medal this time around. Oh, great swing, great pickup. Boskovic sends one back. The defense working hard. Over from Omjenovic. Novara out of their comfort zone, but does Eczacibasi send it back? Yes, they do. What a slice. Boskovic. There she is. She's been a sleeping giant so far this match, but that's what she's capable of. The inside slice and dice is what they call it. Omjenovic with the Serbian high five to her teammate. Those two. Many a match together. 17 points so far for Karakurt. 2 of them coming from aces. Julia Ituma back in the mix for the block. I think this might mean that there's no setter on Novara's side. Indeed it does, so they'll have to remember that if they make the defense. Not yet. Ball comes back. Tip thrown, no setter. High from Kirikella. Free ball. Was there a touch? Waiting for the hand. There it is. No touch. No touch called. Is it worth a challenge? Sases thinks there might have been. And again, this is crucial for Eczacibasi. Not so much for Novara, because they do have that cushion. They've got 2 sets in the bag. They don't have to be too stressed about this third one, but you cannot let Eczacibasi back in. They will give them a hand, they'll take your whole arm. No block touch. The point stays with Novara. Novara 12, Eczacibasi 15, and a timeout on the floor.
We take this just to keep the atmosphere down, okay? Girls, pay attention. Remember, I repeat, Ituma, there is no setter on the court. Both sides slow ball, pay attention, left hand at Ituma, okay? In difficult moments, they can tip. Go, you are 1-1, okay? Hi.
Little sneak peek into the mind. Coach Ferhat Akbaş. He's got a Club World Champs gold from 2014, a bronze from 2023. Just this season earlier with this team. Just took that time out to calm down the nerves, maybe slow down some of the momentum that Novara might be on the verge of getting. A reminder that the middle is going to be one-on-one, where they should be attacking. Just some basic tips. The ball in. Oh, good cross from Boskovic. She is back. The lefty gets a nice wide ball, and she can slice past Kirikella's inside arm. 4-point advantage for the team in orange. Belly down the line. Ball into a block. The first swing I think we've seen out of Giulia Ituma, the 18-year-old Italian opposite, formerly of Club Italia, not finding a way past the blockers that time. 17-12. Well handled by Bozzetti. Sasis behind, she's picked up off the block. Back again to Boskovic, excuse me, and the block is ready and waiting. I think they've learned now not to leave one-on-one against Boskovic, and if you can take that angle on her, watch Kirikella diving over. She's not just trying to go up, she's basically diving back inside to cut off that angle that Boskovic loves so much. Oh, great reception. Good response from Kirikella again. And there it is. Just dribbling it past. Bit of help from the net. And a good chance to get a second time. That's the covering. That's the patience that both teams are looking for. If the first time doesn't go, someone get your hands under the ball and allow your team to go again. Change is made. Boskovic out. Sahin, excuse me, for the serve. Kirikella off the block. Fast, high. Well, Kirikella's been with Novara since 2014. Knows this team better than anyone else. Has a European Champs bronze from 2019 as well. Gold in 2021. Fair few amount of VNL appearances. They got gold in 2022. Boskovic continuing to chip away. Now she is in her, well, her rhythm, I suppose. High inside, not a perfect set by any means. Somehow beats the blockers, 19-14. Back in goes Battistoni. That double sub just to keep the setter in the backcourt. Karakurt is in as well. Can they be the difference makers? 2 big blocks for Battistoni. No touch off of Boskovic. Point stays with the home team. More of that if you're a Novara fan. Aggressive from the service line has been the key for Novara so far. And that one on their libero as well, the libero of Eczacibasi. Akos not able to handle the heat. Second time much better. Good pickup. Pipe coming from Karsasa, she's dug. Comes Boskovic, and again doing Boskovic things. First she defends, then the ball coming from backcourt. She stays within her realm. And fires one through. Ebrar Karakurt played in Poland last season. The 21-year-old in for the serve. 2016. She's targeting Bozzetti down the line. And Karakurt is always there. We haven't heard a lot of her as she sat on the bench for a couple of rounds, but now that she's back in, get ready to see her firing up again. She brings not only that kind of attack and that pressure from the front court, but she's got the energy, the aggression. She's just an all-around influential player. Dynavit back to the outside, cross, and Voronkova. Nice fast arm, fast swing. Also running that with some speed is Dynavit. Freebie back to Novara. Eczacibasi do not yet have this set in the bag, and they're only 3 points up. Benezi. Sends one back. (22-18). And Eczacibasi close it out on a run of serves. The Russian, Voronkova, does not put them in a position to do so. 3 errors in a row right now for each of these teams. Karakurt, she's had her fair share of aces and errors. Tough one. Oh, but the ball straight into the setter, running the middle. A great cover, but nobody else is there. That's good reactions by Kirikella. The blockers paying attention not allowing that dump to go through. Vitala keeping it alive, but nobody else on Novara. Seeing it early enough. 23-19. Eczacibasi looking like they've got this set in the bag, which they must do if they want to stay alive. Well, you had a feeling this might be going 5 sets. But for now, we'll have to be kept in suspense a little bit longer.
Keep our focus. Keep our focus. First, second touch is quality. Defense. Keep our focus in everything. It's easy. Don't hurry. We are leading.
I wonder why Lavarini changed his timeouts to English. Every other timeout was in Italian when he was giving really specific tactical advice. And now just a little bit of motivation in English. Well, there you go. Don't lose focus. 23-19. Eczacibasi are on the verge of the third set. Tough serve to Bosetti. Arsasis deep to the corner. Does she get a touch? Well, no touch is called and no questions are asked. That's a smart swing though. No argument about that. She's targeting either the hands or the deep corner. 24-19. Off the net. Pipe coming from Karakurt. She'll get another one. Change of personnel. Gaia Giovanni, the 22-year-old Italian outside hitter, formerly of Cuneo, comes in to serve for Novara. Set point for Eczacibasi though. All the pressure for the youngster. Aggressive serve, overpass. Well, is that how the set ends? Whistle blown on an overpass attacked. It won't end just yet. The question being asked, was that attack legal? Did the ball cross the plane of the net before the attacker went and grabbed it? Was there a net touch on the attack? What was illegal about that? We will see in just a moment. Hopefully we'll get a chance to look at the replay. Well, Eczacibasi do already have a huge advantage, and if this goes their way, well, the set will be done and dusted, and we'll be moving on to the fourth. But if not, Novara could hang on and fight another day. The faces of players who don't look convinced one way or another, just waiting for the result. Novara, after such a almost perfect first 2 sets, all things going their direction. Well, the video challenge have decided we're not allowed to see the entire part. All we can see is that there was no net touch. So Eczacibasi keep the point, and the set goes to them. 25-20. And there you go. Confirmation of those scores. Novara winning the first 2, 25-23 and 25-19. But we knew Eczacibasi would not roll over. They are a team of superstars, to say the least. And the Serbian magic returned between Ognjenovic and Boskovic. Eczacibasi had one ace, a few more attacks, one more block, and pretty equal in the receptions. But overall, just played a much more consistent game, much more aggressive from the serve line. All the things that Novara was doing in the first two sets, Eczacibasi is the difference maker. Those two players are crucial for their team, not only in point scoring, but in momentum and as well in the psychological aspects of things. So now the question is, who will respond first? Who will come out firing? Will it be Eczacibasi or Novara on their home soil, their home turf? Keeping in mind that this is a semifinal. Set number 4 underway, and Novara fire first. An ace serve from Novara. Caterina Bozzetti, the 29-year-old Italian outside hitter, goes back to do it again. Whistle blown on another net touch. This time it goes the way of Eczacibasi. One. The Russian torpedo fires at Karsasis. Not enough. Tip picked up into the hands of the blockers. Going again is Eczacibasi. And the blockers are there, slowing her down. A monster block indeed. Anna Danesi cuts off the angle from Boskovic. Absolutely nowhere for the captain to go. There are the blocks. 7 for Novara, 8 for Eczacibasi. Great combination play there, using the middle on that perfect pass. Yasmin Kubeli, 2-time CEV Cup winner. He heads to the line. 2 points apiece. Right down the line. So now they've started targeting Fersino in the reception. She's pretty much alone, taking half the court. Still getting Novara on the back foot, getting them out of system. That's exactly what Eczacibasi need to do more of and continue to do as they did in that third set. Down the line again to Fersino. Better pass. Block off the hands. And Karsasis picks it up. Good set, but inside for Eczacibasi to get a good touch on that. Love those reactions from Karsasis. Karakurt. Top down the middle to Voronkova. Boskovic, easy peasy. Picks it off high, swings deep. That's her bread and butter. Ognjenovic flinging it back there. Look at the width on that ball as well. She had that all the way to the antenna almost, so she's able to make choices with it. Those balls that die a little inside, that's where she has to get really creative and aggressive with those angles. But as soon as it goes wide and high, it's when she has the upper hand over the blockers. Well, Boskovic hasn't yet found her serving rhythm. Her attacking rhythm has picked up. But still, no aces as of yet. Oh, good touches by Novara, but the net is unforgiving. That's tougher than it looks as well. It's a good dig there by Karakurt, but as soon as it goes in the net, whoever the defending player is that tries to bring it out of the net is kind of at the mercy of how the net reacts to the ball, the physics of it, how tight it is, whether it hits in the middle or at the bottom or at the top. It's just really tough to bring it back out. Boskovic blocked again. Better swing, better finish, and Boskovic to the corner. Akbash with the fist pump. I mean, he knows how important she is as a weapon for his team. Oh, that's perfect. Absolutely perfect on the line. This Eczacibasi team looks a lot different without her firing. Big swing. Was there a net called? Nope, just out. Oh, potentially a touch on it. Is it worth a challenge? I don't think anybody else saw it except once there was a slow-mo on it, so timeout called.
Abbiamo I colpi per vincere il punto con la situazione di palla buona, se no c'è anche lo sposto dietro, sfrutta l'alzatore nelle rotazioni che ce l'hai davanti perché dopo faccia più fatica. Ci stava l'idea dell'apertura perché abbiamo detto che l'apertura si poteva giocare, però adesso dobbiamo trovare un po' più. Andiamo a 3,
Asking his players to play the ball that they're given. Basically, if it's a perfect set, that's the time to go really aggressive, maybe go for those angles. But if the ball's out of system, maybe cuts, rolls, tips off the hands, deep into the corner, force somebody to play, the setter or the middle. Just knowing the ball that you're given as an attacker is half the battle. The other thing on Novara's side, Coach Lavarini reminding Battistoni that the blockers are kind of pinching in, so they're expecting that ball to go middle. You can open it up for those wide swings. Free ball coming for Novara. Handled. Outside, off the block, recycled again. Here comes Karakurt. She's blocked 3 times in a row. Voronkova with the chest pump. You know what? If you can slow down this Novara offense 3 times in a row, you deserve a little chest bump. Love that. Yes. Come on. The Eczacibasi have turned up the heat. Novara had all the momentum and all the aggression in the first 2 sets. Things seem to have turned. Another one. Give them another one. The blocks keep on falling. Way out of system is Novara. Rossetti nowhere to go but into the big arms of the middle blocker, Guvelli. Another tough serve. Well, Ferhat Akbash celebrating a little too early there. Cannot forget. You can never, ever forget that Ebrar Karakurt is in the mix. She was the best opposite at the VNL in 2019. Battistoni's going to find her every single time. Oh, great shot. Great shot. We haven't seen a lot of offensive action from the young middle blocker there, Yasmin Guvilli. But what a time to get her involved. That's clever from the veteran, Ognjenovic. Speaking of getting your middles involved, Danese, she's always there. She's always ready to attack. Battistoni reading the room. The blocker's kind of pinched in as well. Voronkova, a part of that defensive action. 7-10. Push to the outside. Boskovic off hands. Nowhere to go but into the stadium. Wonder what that conversation is about afterwards. That ball really, really inside, and you wonder if that was part of the plan. If that was the ball that Boskovic was calling for. Arsaces up into the middle. Karakurt, cross court with some heat. Never fails. When she gets her arm going, get out of the way. That's all I can say. Full body, full power. Cross to Ognjenovic. Oh, nice tip. Very nicely done. So Boskovic, again, one of those players, you'll see a lot of swings out of her, and she has so many options with her arm swing. I mean, she can make angles that you've never seen before. But as soon as she's clever with it like that, all the players on their defense, on their heels in defense, absolutely no one was going to touch it. 12-8. Very close to the service line, but no whistle blown. Good pickup. Off the hands, recycled for Eczacibasi. Quick ball behind to Boskovic, and again, doing what she does. Never say never when she's on the court. Ognjenovic, such a tough setter to read as well. You saw that ball hang in her arms a little bit as she then flings it behind, catching Kirikella that one step late. And Kirikella, one of the best blockers there are. So if you can keep her out of the blocking game, you're doing something right. Novara bring in Mackenzie Adams, the American outside hitter, the 30-year-old that actually formerly played in Eczacibasi. Also played at Texas, San Antonio, and Virginia University in the USA. She was the best receiver of the Bundesliga in 2020. Maybe she can stabilize this reception just a little bit for Novara. And having a bit of trouble getting the ball up to their setter as of late. And that's what Eczacibasi has been doing. They've been really targeting and forcing that ball onto Arsaces. Now, who's their target going to be? I would imagine it would continue to be the outside hitter. That would be Mackenzie Adams. Indeed it is. Sharp to the sideline. Doesn't matter though. Handles it well, as does Karakurt to put it away. Comes flying in, moves with her feet to get inside of that ball so she can then turn it back down the line off the hands of the smaller blocker, and Baladin. And again, Karakurt knows all these Turkish players so well from the national team. Woo! That one felt throughout the stadium. No blocker. 0.5 block for Sine Jakisal, the 29-year-old. She was the best spiker in Japan in 2020. The fans picking it back up, chanting for Novara, but it's 14-9. And Salia Sahin, this serving sub we've seen all match long, gets an overpass. Ooh, doesn't go down though. Does land out of bounds in the back, so that'll do nicely. I'd be having questions though if I'm the server and I'm forcing an overpass. I'd be turning up to my block saying, that has to be a point, please. I did my job, I need you to do yours. Salia Sahin has a VNL silver medal from 2018, a bronze from 2021 with Turkey. Oh, the block continues. The stream of momentum on the side of Eczacibasi is dangerous for Novara at the moment. It's Ognjenovic to get a one-on-one diving in against Mackenzie Adams. Doesn't have to do much, just goes a little bit of angle. Now 10 blocks for the team in orange. Karakurt. And again, the block continues. This time, Sinead Jakisal makes the right read. She's not going anywhere. She is dialed in wherever Karakurt is. She's making sure she's going to be there. That's exactly what her coach has asked of her, Ferhat Akbaş, saying, slow down, Karakurt, and everything else will fall into place. That's a good touch as well. Through the middle, off the block, recycled. Chance at the outside, but the blockers from Novara respond. Kirikella says, any block you can do, I can do better. Baladin again. I have to question why she's targeting Kirikella in that opportunity. She had the smaller blocker right in front of her down the line. I would not be challenging the arms of the captain of the Italian side. Strongest shoulders in the game. Quick medical, well, not really a timeout, just a little tiny break. 10-17. Novara. Can they push back? Free ball from Boskovic. Easily handled. Ball outside. Doesn't fall. Again through the middle to Kirikella. She'll get one firing. Kirikella quietly racking up some points. She had 5 points in the last 3 sets. She is always available. Timeout.
Irina, 5-6 in between with a spin, okay? So Kambi in front, bad block at left side. Bozetto on the other side, bad block. Just middles go, left and near too much, okay? So pay attention. If you go for cross, go for fingers as much as possible. One pass, let's go.
Now my Turkish is a little bit rusty, but I did play there 1 season, and I think bir is the translation for 1. So Ferhat Akbaş telling his players, with Bozetti, leave 1 block. The middle, leave 1 block. Wherever the biggest attacker is, and for me that is Ebrar Karakurt, there must be a 2-man block. Well, they won't need it. 18-11 for Eczacibasi. A different looking team than we saw just a couple of sets ago. They looked defeated. They looked burnt out. They looked exhausted. And now they've barely even broken a sweat this set. Again, targeting Adams. Good pickup. It's coming back over though. Patistoni has to take the first ball. Ooh, well, Novara. They can count their lucky stars on that one. Somehow, some wires got crossed, and their setter ends up taking the first ball. A bump set from Kirikella, and there is, I think, a net touch from one of the players of Eczacibasi. So some luck falling back on Novara's side. 12-18. Oh, another overpass. That's the way to handle it. Danesi, let him know. 2 hands, 1 hand, 1 foot. Doesn't matter how you do it. You need to make sure that if that ball comes over in your area off the serve, you put it on the ground just like that. Nicely done. Danesi, a fair amount of experience for her. World champ silver in 2018, bronze in 2022. And the pressure continues from Novara. The serve is where it starts. That is how it started. Kirikella going down the line now. Eczacibasi had a chance there. but it's now between 4 points in it. The serve has been great for Novara. That's been what put them in good positions all match long. But you know Boskovic will not err twice in a row. First one was a freebie. Second one was revenge. Changes her direction as Danesi is trying to take away the same spot. She goes right back down the other way and says, defend me if you can, I dare you. Strong serve, 19-14. Down the line, did it land? No, it didn't. Just out of bounds. The Turkish side, another point for the ladies in orange. That high set with a bit of space down there, down the line. That's exactly what she wanted, but timeout's called, 20-14. Fresh setter in the mix for Novara Kambi, a new transfer. Talking about what she's going to run in her base. Basically, that means where's the middle going to run. I think she's going to run that 7. That's that push 1 in that channel between the blockers. Let's see if it works. Not if the pass is not there. Eczacibasi will continue flowing from the end line. Points after points. Not sure what the discussion is here. Nevertheless, point stays with Eczacibasi, 21-14. And an ace serve to follow it up. Eczacibasi are relentless right now. The correct substitutions at the correct time. And Keck goes for another one. Oh, the net gets in the way that time, but a 1-for-1. Not a bad statistic. (15-22). Kambi. Well, she came over from Firenze earlier this season. Never played outside of Italy. 23-15. Well, when the errors come, they come thick, they come fast. Keep Novara alive for another point, but Eczacibasi only need 2 to close it out and force a 5th set where anything is possible. Novara is not going to be happy about that, but that is the situation at hand. There's the pipe, there's the touch. Oh, no touch, excuse me. Thought I heard a touch from all the way over here. Nope. Just a bit of a flop hit. So, a timeout called. See if Eczacibasi get themselves back in their winning ways.
3-4 rounds, scissors to 1 1. Irina, you are doing good, okay? So the block is now good, okay? Make sure that if you attack the ball, you don't go for 6-6-1. She will go positively, go 6-1 mostly, okay? Just one ball, let's go.
There's a look at the errors in the serve. Eczacibasi. Well, too many errors to count, but they have been counting them. 17 so far in the errors. The serve for Eczacibasi. Cross court, good dig. Karakurt, she's going to tip. That's up. The lefty, Boskovic, high and hard as she usually does to bring up set point for her team. Karakurt, she had a lot of luck with those tips, but now it is Eczacibasi. They are reading them so well. They are all over it. She cannot sneak them past. Set point, 24-17. Ronkova goes for Festino through the middle. Danesi gets the touch, or does she? Will this set end the same way that set number 3 did, with a challenge? Well, looks like no, it won't. On we go, on we play. The set is done. Get another chance to look at it, though. Maisie under the ball ever so slightly. I think she was hoping for the touch. No touch given. So, a confirmation of the score. 25-17, the best score line or the worst, depending on what side of the coin you are on. The best one so far this match. So the first 2 going to Novara, the second 2 to Eczacibasi, and now there'll be a coin flip to see who gets the serve in this 5th and deciding set. There's some stats. 2 aces to 1 in the 4th set. A few more attacks out of Eczacibasi, 1 more block, and better reception as well. But again, we told you it would be a battle of the opposites, and that it has been. Voronkova both have 11 points. Karsasis has 11 for Novara. It's been a team effort all around, but comes down to this. Set number 5 underway. Novara have the first serve. Battistoni with the first opportunity to attack. Here comes Boskovic. I think that was a message sent. We got lucky the first couple of sets, but I am here and I'm here to play. Here in the 5th set, Eczacibasi will not roll over. Tough serve. Novara with the tip, that's picked up. Boskovic again from off the net. Does the impossible, and that's why. Not just in system, but look at this. First, the tip helped up by Dynavit. She comes backing off the net, barely even approach, and is still able to put so much heat on the ball. 2-0 for the visitors. Tough one. Into the hands. And out of bounds. Novara also have the Black Wolf on their side. She was also not in her top form in the last couple of sets, so let's see which team capitalizes. That'll sting. You want to be aggressive from the service line, always. But when it's a race to 15, that's when that really comes back to bite you down the stretch. It's 3-1. Guveli sends in an easy one to Bozzetti. And Karakurt makes them pay. Some friendship under the net from Baladin and Karakurt. Again, they know each other all too well from Turkish national team. Danesi. 2 errors in the serve immediately in set number 5. So 2 of those 4 points Eczacibasi have came straight off of an error. There's the serving change. We've seen that. Kalia, Sahin. Has 1 ace so far. Did she pick up a touch on the way through? No, no touch. Back to Sahin. 5-2. 1/3 of the way there already. On to Bozzetti. Karakurt, cross court, dug. Chance again for Baladin, who's picked up. Not for long, though. The Turkish superstar was the best outside hitter of the European Olympic qualifications in 2021. Gets back really fast to have that attack. Doesn't even need an approach. So timeout Novara.
You've been over the block, and Morocco is exactly on that direction. So, keep working on direction. Porco due, andiamo a spingere.
Attacking directions for Karakurt. She's been a stud, an absolute superstar. 22 points in the last 4 sets. But now the defense starting to read her directions, picking her up down the line, those tips that she's been working on all match long. Tip throw, easy for Voronkarva. Oh, just out. Nejaki Sal going basically OT on the block. I think they got a bit of luck there as well. Fersino was creeping inside. She wasn't on the line for defense, so that could have been a very hard-driven ball. Instead, 3-6. Novara have Karakurt on the line. That one lands on Baladin. Good block coverage. Inside, down the line to the defense, overpassed. Eczacibasi back to Baladin again, who hangs, waits. Karakurt, cross court, still going. Boskovic, she's dug. The rally continues and eventually dies with a roll shot over the block from Bozzetti. All the hard-driven balls defended, and eventually it's just a little roll into the honeypot. Great defense from Karsasas. And she recognizes the blockers are a little out of system. Tired, but fighting is Bozzetti. Timeout.
So, Ebrar served the same way. She's at second line. Ilaria is in front, settled. Bozzetti on the other side. Both corners are almost free. Do not attack the ball to 6. If you go for block out, one side out is right.
Well, Ferhat asking his players, look for those corners. Of course, he will know Ebrar Karakurt pretty well. He was the head coach of Turkey from 2015 to 2016, the coach assistant before that. He's been on plenty of teams where she has been a part. Novara coming back with a vengeance. Monster block on the outside. Doing a great job to read that. That was the smaller blocker, Bozzetti, who got the big chunk of that. You don't see that often on Boskovic, usually swinging so high that she's out of the range of the blockers. Good pickup. Aggressive serve, and it pays off. Karakurt get Novara back within striking distance with that really tough serve. I almost think Kirikella didn't even believe that point had gone their way, but it was just out 6-6. And we're tied up again. Tough serve again. Perfect reception from Voronkova, and a perfect block. Let Novara celebrate once again. Bozzetti making a move. We get another chance to see that. Oh, that looks in to me. Tough to tell from that angle, though. Both teams celebrating. So there will be a challenge. We will see if that ball was in or out. This could be a crucial point. Oh, it does not get closer than that. The ball was in by a hair. Cheers for the video check, say all the Novara fans. And it is on. 7-6 for Novara. Too much on it from Karakurt. Karakurt, the best server of the Turkish League in 2021. Seven. And Baladin took 5th at the Olympics in Tokyo with her Turkish squad. Arsasis handles that well. Defense is good. Eczacibasi with a chance to swing. Oh, what a defense! Here comes Karakurt. Cross court, and she does it. She absolutely nails it. That point was won by the defense. A huge dig by Fersino, I believe it was. Have a look at this. Bam, just pops off her chest, gets it up. The high bump set from Battistoni and Karakurt. No fear whatsoever. Goes heavy and deep to zone 1, forcing, well, some defense out of Boskovic. Still a 1-point advantage. That's all it is. Neither team has this in the bag just yet. Katarina Bozzetti, after the change of sides, was the first serve. Roll, dug. Chance for Novara, back to Karakurt again. She's dug. Here comes Boskovic. Point for point, opposite for opposite. And Boskovic has the last laugh in that point. Starting with a huge defense by herself. Stepping in that inside set. I'm not sure if that's on purpose or not, but it's working every time. Boskovic can get that super sharp angle against the blockers. (8-8). Farsino gets it up. Arsaces into the block and out. Nails it off the hands of a double block in front of her. Watch that again. Farsino stepping in to relieve her of the pass so she can make that move outside, gets a full approach, and go full, heavy, and high against the blockers. That's great teamwork. 1 point advantage for Novara. Kirikella comes back though. Voronkova continues. It's a nice slice cross court past the blockers in front of her. Again, the MVP of the Russian League in 2021. Good pickup. Arsaces fast. Very fast. Barely had a chance for the blockers to even see that coming. And that's what Novara's doing really well, varying those offensive speeds. Not giving the same predictable attack over and over again. Battistoni. Back of the line. Finds Voronkova. Boskovic. Recycled for Eczacibasi again. And she finds a way off the hands. Does not disappoint. The question is whether there was a net touch there. It was by Karakurt if there was. Voronkova. Best server of the Russian League in 2018. Has a tough one there. Forces Novara into a tough spot, but still, nevertheless, Karakurt lets them know there was a touch on the block. And the fans are loving it. Same sub, Gaia Giovannini. Just for the serve and some defense. 11-10. Novara have an ever so slight edge here in their home gym. Great ball in from Baladin. Quick response. That's the ball she likes as well. She loves that fast ball to the wings. Add that speed, and then she can beat the blockers with her speed. She doesn't need a high. She doesn't need all that slow, all that time. Just whipped out to her on the antenna. That's her best ball, and that's when she can do exactly what she did just there. 11s. Novara, keep it alive. Bozzetti goes aggressive. Oh, and it pays off. What a bold move from Bozzetti. Nobody expecting her to hit that. Novara with some smiles on the faces because luck is shining on them again. Just in time for a timeout from Ferhat Akbaş.
Girls, Danesian server defense is not so strong, okay? You are in trouble, you can push the ball in front of her, okay? Make sure Bozzetti left side, she will push the roll shot, especially to cross court. Out of system, transition, go for Ebrar. Right, let's go.
Well, there's a little bit of insight for you. If they're out of system, force Ebrar to play the ball. That's a good tactic there. Even if you don't score the point, get her playing defense, get her on the floor, get her out of the offense. That's a tactic in itself. Well, a freebie back to the visiting team. It's now down to a 3-point race. Who's going to win it? Who's going to get there first? 26 points, an entire set already for Boskovic. Well, I wasn't expecting to see that. Usually so consistent. Boskovic only 3 errors in the serve. That one being her 4th. Karakurt. Will she go for an ace? She will, but it won't return. Well, coming into this 5th match, it was Eczacibasi who had 17 errors in the last 4 sets. Novara only had 8 errors and a few more aces. But now it's down to 2 points. And Baladin must force Novara to play this one. She doesn't. And in turn gives them set point, match point for the home team. Caterina Bozzetti with all the pressure on her shoulders, but she was the best server at the World Champs in 2022. Can she deliver now? Puts one in. Chance for Boskovic. The ball stays alive but does not come back over. And they can breathe again. It's 14-14. Directions were followed. Force Karakurt to play the ball. 14 points apiece. Sine Jakisal. Tough serve. Into the block. Stays alive though. Ooh. Chance for a free ball for Novara. Again into the block. Great coverage, Bersino. And Karakurt finds the line as she does. And she lets the fans know she is in business. Bersino, that will go unnoticed. But she got this coverage right here. Bam! Picks it up on the floor. Set behind. Line is open. And Karakurt can deliver. 15-14. Match point. Kirikella goes down the line. Not yet. Yes! It's done! The whistle is blown on a ball handling contact on set point for Novara. I cannot believe it. It's not even a challengeable offense. And in turn, Novara have won, beaten the odds, and taken down Eczacibasi in 5 sets. There's the set, and there's the call, and all of the players of Eczacibasi absolutely stunned. Well, this set had everything. This whole match had everything you could ask for in a volleyball match. Some incredible rallies, some ups and downs, some twists and turns. Novara, 25-23, 25-19, looked like they had it in the bag. Eczacibasi turns it on in the next couple of sets, winning to 20 and to 17, and then what do you know, with their backs against the wall, the home team and Karakurt leading them have done something magical in front of their fans.